Hi, this is Ber from Birds SVGs, and in this video I'll show you how I put the Celtic Hounds card together from the Celtic Charm SVG card collection. I'm going to start with the card base first of all, and you have two pieces that go on the inside of your card. First of all, you have this liner piece. This is cut from pattern paper, and it echoes the shape of the design from the outside of the card and brings that to the inside. So I'm just going to pop that into place and make sure that I've got an even border around the edges. So it's a very fine, quite a fine border on this one. And then we've got the circular insert here, which is white paper, and this is where you write the message to the recipient. So I've added glue to both of these pieces and pop them inside the card, glued them directly on top of each other. Then we can move on to the front of our card. Okay, so first of all, for the front of the card are these two layers that get glued directly on top of each other. So this is a finer detail layer to go over the top of the pattern paper piece, and then these will get glued directly onto the front of the card. And then we'll work on the Celtic Hounds element, which I'll pop in the centre of these pieces on some 3D foam pads. Just added a little bit too much glue there, so I'm just neatening it up a little bit as I go. Okay, so the Celtic element here comes in 3 pieces, and I'm adding some glue to the back of this middle piece here, and I don't know quite why. I think I got a little bit in a bit of a daze or something, but I added so much glue to the back of this. I'm not sure quite why, but I went a bit to town. I think I was daydreaming. But you really don't need to add this much. I'm lucky it didn't make a mess. It didn't ooze out everywhere. And then this gets glued directly onto the back piece. And if you line up the outside edges, and I found that the ears are quite handy for this, because the little protruding areas. If you line up your outside edge, then everything else falls into place. And this front piece is probably the most delicate of all of the pieces in this collection, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try a different method with this one. So I've made a palette on the back of my hand. I appreciate this isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea, especially if you've got sensitive skin. But I just added a little bit of glue to the back of my hand. I mean, it's only PVA glue, so it'll rub straight off later. And I just dabbed my my front delicate piece onto my hand, and which transferred some glue here and there onto the back. And then my plan was, wherever it didn't take or didn't get enough glue, then it would be a perfect opportunity to show you my spatula trick again. So here, this is a spatula that came with the you can get all over the place to go with cutting machines to help lifting off paper from your cutting mat. I've got several different makes, but all the different brands of cutting machines do these spatulas, and they're so fine that they're great for this. So I add a little bit of glue onto the corner, and then I run it under the piece of paper that's gaping, and then I just touch it on the top, and it transfers the glue from the underside, which is on the spatula, to the underside of my paper where I need it. And it just transfers a tiny little bit onto the back, and then you can just tap it down and it stays put. And it really is a great trick. It saved me many time, because I used to try and peel the areas back with my fingernails, but it's surprising how thick your fingernails are, especially if you're trying to get glue under there as well. And I used to end up buckling or creasing the card, and it never goes back properly. So if you've got something really fine like that spatula, or the end of a scalpel knife, or maybe even just a piece of cardstock. Add a little bit of glue, slide it under there, and you'll be surprised it'll save the day. Okay, so I'm just going to pop a load of 3D foam pads onto the back of my, I keep calling them dogs, but officially they're Celtic Hounds. I had to add this design into the collection because it combines my love of Celtic art with my love of dogs, especially long dogs. So this could be a great choice for a dog lover. Okay, once I put this into place, I realise that I've got a little bit more gaping with my front layer. So I'm in again with my spatula and pop that into place, and that will complete my card. And the next step is to move on to the envelope. The envelope comes with this Celtic Knotwork frame on the front, but if you're not hand delivering your card, if you want to send it through the mail and you don't want to risk sending such a detailed envelope through the mail, you will find a folder with the plain envelopes in your download, so they're there if you need them or if you don't want to risk the detail getting caught. Okay, so I've just put the envelope together and we'll pop the liner in. And then I'm centralising the liner and making sure that I'm happy with the border around the edge of the liner there and the top on the flap of the card envelope. And I just need to add some glue to these top two edges, flip it back up and add some pressure and let the glue take hold. And it's as simple as that to pop the liner in. So I'm just giving it a moment and then I can pop my card in. And it fits perfectly. And I hope this card appeals to any recipient that enjoys Celtic artwork or is a dog lover.